The chimpanzee, also known as the common chimpanzee, or simply chimps, is a species of great ape native to the forest and savanna of tropical Africa. It has 4 confirmed subspecies and a 5th proposed subspecies. The chimpanzee and the closet-related bonobo, also called pygmy chimpanzee, are classified in the genus Pan. Evidence from fossils and DNA sequencing shows that Pan is a sister taxon to the human lineage and is human closet-living relative. The chimpanzee is coated in coarse black hair, but has a bare face, fingers, toes, palms of the hands, and soles of the feet. The chimpanzee lives in groups that range in size from 15 to 150 members. Although individuals travel and forage in much smaller groups during the day, the species live in a strict male-dominated hierarchy, where disputes are generally settled without the need for violence. Chimpanzee preying upon a broad variety of attacks, including birds, insects, non-primate mammals, monkeys, and reptiles, i.e. with prey preferences differing between chimpanzee populations based on local availability. Hi family, welcome to this wonderful video. We're going to be telling you about chimpanzee and everything you need to know about the different kinds of food they eat and the way they attack and prey on other animals. But before we start, please subscribe to this channel, like, comment, share, and turn on your notification bell for more updates because I'm here to entertain you. Chimpanzee and gorilla. Between 2014 and 2018, there is 9 documented direct interactions between individuals of Recambo community and unhabituated gorilla. These events were always peaceful and occasionally involved co-feeding in fruit trees. In 2019, however, we observed 2 encounters resulting in both cases in coalitionary lethal attacks. The first encounter involved a party of 27 chimpanzee and a group of 5 gorillas. The second encounter involved a party of 27 chimpanzee and a group of 7 gorillas. The first event occurred after a territorial patrol during which the males made a deep incursion into a neighboring chimpanzee territory. The second event happened at the start of a territorial boundary patrol. Both events took place on the outer boundaries of the Recambo territory. The main aggressors in both events were male chimpanzees. The 2 encounters lasted 52 and 79 minutes especially, involved both contact and non-contact aggressors and coalitionary displays from chimpanzees towards gorilla. Gorilla has a silver head, 2 females and 4 young. The gorillas counterattacked and defended themselves using counter-aggressions, display, and threat gestures. The first encounter resulted in 1 dead gorilla infant and 3 injured chimpanzees. The second encounter resulted in 1 dead gorilla infant. While there was no indication of consumption of the dead infant in the first encounter, the infant in the second encounter was almost entirely consumed by 1 adult chimpanzee female. Chimpanzee most times kill gorilla. The main victims are infant gorilla. The attacks may be derived by food competition. Fruit is scarce for chimps and gorilla in February and December when the attacks occurred, so there is increased competition for it. Chimpanzee and leopards. Apart from humans, leopards are the sole enemy of the chimpanzees, who live in the dense rainforest of the 2 national parks. Leopards are predators that lurk or lie in wait on their prey. For chimpanzees, the leopard seems to be the most significant predators among all large African carnivores. In extreme cases, chimpanzees have been reported to attack and kill leopards' cubs. There are instances wild chimpanzees obtain animal prey freshly killed by sympatric leopard and scavenging it with the leopard still nearby. Chimpanzees do scavenge meat, although rarely, hence they are averse to confrontations with even leopard-sized predators. The chimpanzee frequently emitted WAA barks, which indicates that they are aware of the leopard's presence, but they nevertheless continue to eat the scavenged meat. Chimpanzees scavenged meats and tend to eat meat when leopard involvement was likely. These results suggest that chimpanzee-sized hominids could potentially confront and deprive leopard-sized carnivores of meat. Chimpanzee killing its own chimps kill, mutilates, and cannibalize member of own group. It's not uncommon for chimpanzees to attack and kill chimps in neighboring groups, but it varies for the primates to kill members of their own community. Even more surprising was the abuse directed towards the victim body after he had been killed. A named chimpanzee named Fadako met a horrific end when members of his former community in the wild in Senegal attacks and killed him, then mutilates and partly cannibalized his body. It was very difficult and quite gruesome to watch. I couldn't initially make sense of what was happening, and I didn't expect them to be so aggressive with the body. Faudako was the community's alpha male from 2004 to 2008, when he disappeared and was seen living alone on the outskirts of the community. Faudako reappeared in 2013 and was immediately killed by his former community members. The next day, the members of the community was seen interacting with Faudako body. The footage shows the chimps abusing and cannibalizing the body for nearly 4 hours. The younger adult males and one adult females showed the most aggression towards Faudako's body. Only 2 male chimps, both former allies of Faudako's, doesn't show aggression towards the body. One of the 2 did tell and hit the body, but it appeared to be an effort to awaken him. There are many factors at play in Faudako's death. For example, the Fongoli community has more males than females, as well as many young males vying for power. Chimpanzees feeding on ants. West African chimpanzees will search far and wide to find Altronia hurtella, a spread shrub whose straight shoots provide the ideal tools to hunt aggressive army ants in an ingenious fashion. The plant provides the animal with 2 different types of tool, a thicker shoot digging and a more slender tools for dipping. On locating an army ant colony, chimpanzees will dig into the nest with the first tools, aggravating the insects, but they then dip the second tool into the nest, causing the angry ants to swarm up it. Once the slender shoot is covered in ants, the chimpanzee pull it out and wipe their fingers along it, scooping up the ants until they have a substantial handful that goes straight into the mouth in deft motion. This technique, ant tipping, was previously believed to be a last resort for the hungry apes, only exploited when the animal's preferred food of fruit couldn't be found. But the latest study, based on 10 years of data, shows that in fact, army ants are a staple in the chimpanzee diet, eaten all years round regardless of available sources of fruit. Ants may be an important source of essential nutrients not available in the typical diet, say researchers, as well as a potential source of protein and fats. Chimpanzees feeding on birds. Chimps originally presumed herbivores. Chimpanzees has been observed hunting 24 species of birds, ungulates, rodents, and other primates, using an array of techniques from tools to group cooperation cups. Catching and feeding on birds is often by sheer luck. Their main sources of feeds include FIFA, fruit, nuts, seeds, blossoms and leaves, insects, honey, meat, egg, and palm wine. Chimps aren't always aggressive. Studies show that they can exhibit selfless behaviors and even understand and mourn death. But they do have a capacity for a lethal aggression. For instance, a 2014 study in the journal Nature suggested that chimps are naturally violent. In addition, pygmy chimpanzees have been recorded attacking each other, but to a much lesser degree than chimps do, according to a 2014 study, which Prutz co-authored. However, these violent behavior aren't isolated events, Prutz said. It's likely that human-made environmental changes contribute to the primate's aggressive behavior. Chimps have slow life cycles. Females don't reproduce until they are about 13 years old and have a gestation period between 6 to 8 months. So even a few missing females would have a large impact on the community. Chimpanzees are endangered worldwide. The local people were hunting female chimps to get their infants for pet trade.